What's going on, everybody? Welcome back. Today we're going to be talking about Valkyrie. She just came out in the game last night. I got some red stars on her, but she's an advanced campaign character, so probably just going to take my time leveling her up. She is part of the new Hero Asgardian team, which is going to be a required team for the upcoming Horseman event. So, you know, if you're starting to farm up gear for those Hero Asgardians, it's probably a good idea. I wouldn't quite throw the gear on them just yet, because we don't know who the other teams are going to be. You never know, maybe getting something similar to your Young Avengers, which is just a better overall team. But Valkyrie is a central character in this new Hero Asgardian team. Both her and Mighty Thor, aka Jane Foster, are both really kind of the new linchpins for this Hero Asgardian team. And we're going to kind of break down her stats, talk about a little bit about her stats, but talk about her T4's, her best ISOs, and kind of what you can expect out of this character, and where you should be getting her, or where you should be using her to get your best return of investment. So if you guys do enjoy this video, or you do find it helpful, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. Let's dive right into it. So let's start by talking about her stats. And one of the most important things to know with her is that she has a very good damage stat. She has about 22nd in the game, tied with Elsa, Bloodstone, and Gambit. Some pretty solid damage, a little bit above Silver Surfer. In fact, she's pretty similar to Silver Surfer in a lot of her abilities. So pretty solid damage. Her health is right there with Silver Surfer again at about 40th in the game. But then you start looking at armor, is 29th here. Again, very similar to Silver Surfer, but her focus and her resistance is where things really kind of start to slack, kind of just drop off here. 73rd in the game in terms of focus, tied with Dr. Voodoo and Captain Marvel. So this is something where you may want to be keeping an eye out for Skirmisher on her with that ISO. And then you get to Resistance, and it's even worse. Her Resistance is 117th in the game, similar to M'Baku, Sharon Carter, Captain Marvel, and Black Panther. Not good Resistance totals, but then also, and what is probably the biggest drawback of this Hero Asgardian team overall, dreadfully slow. 100 speed on her, some of the slowest characters in the game. They're all at 100 speed. You can find them all here. So, like, there's Valkyrie, Mighty Thor, Heimdall. I believe Sif is actually, I think, a little bit slower. But, yeah, this team overall is a very slow team. And that's kind of the big drawback for this team on defense, is that they take forever to go. But if you don't kill them quickly, they can punish you with constant flipping of positive effects and negative effects, the healing through Valkyrie's passive. So they may be slow, but they are tough. They have a lot of damage, and they can get deadly if you don't start killing them in time. So moving on from her stat breakdown here, we got to talk about her T4's, and I think she's got one of the most important T4's in this team, the Hero Asgardian team, and that is here with her passive. And this is like one of those. It's a bit of a drawback, because in order to get this T4 to really work, you have to have someone on your team die. But with this, it really helps this Hero Asgardian team, because without this, whenever a Hero Asgardian ally or herself dies, they're able to cleanse negative effects. They apply positive effects, but you can easily cleanse those. You can easily get around them. But with this T4, you're applying that safeguard, and then you're getting 2 turns of immunity, offense up, and defense up to self and all Hero Asgardian allies. That's pretty big. Like, that's in combination with other things here, where they are she's healing them up for a certain percentage based on her stacks of charge. She's giving them ability energy as well. Yeah, like, this is a really good T4. I like this T4. That safeguard really does help kind of keep this team going, because as they die off, the Valkyrie T4 brings them back up. It puts all these positive effects on them, and without this T4, you could easily set things up so you can just dispel these positive effects right back off of them. But when someone dies, now they've got immunity, offense up and defense up for 2 turns, and you can't get it off them. So now you have to constantly power through those buffs on that enemy team. You're not going to be able to apply negative effects to them, and you're going to have to deal with the fact that you're dealing half damage to them, and they're dealing 50% more damage to your team. So these buffs are really, really important, and I think this is the best T4 you can have for her right now, and one of the better T4s overall for the Hero Asgardian team. The next T4 I would probably do is actually, it's a bit of a tie between the two of these, because on her special, she's able to apply stun to the primary target here with this special, and then her ultimate deals a lot more damage with this with the T4, and you get ability block on the primary target. And, you know, honestly, you could really go either way. This, if you want better damage, the ultimate is a better T4 to go for here. But the stun on this with the special is also really, really good. And the way this team works with the ability energy and everything going off, you're probably going to run into her ultimate first, which means that, yeah, if you're going in order of T4s here, I would probably go with the ultimate here. More damage on this. You're getting the offense up and defense up possibly from this. If you kill someone off pretty quickly on the Hero Asgardian team, you're gonna pretty much trigger this right away. She's gonna use her ultimate first turn. She's gonna put ability block on someone, and then she's just gonna chain a few times. Or actually, no, she won't, because she won't have charge. But you know, that ability block on this, yeah, I'd say that's pretty good. But then the next one obviously is gonna be her special. Yeah, the special really good. The stun on that, awesome. And then you get to her basic. Some pretty good damage here on this. 75% bonus damage to both the primary and secondary attacks. Yeah, that's a lot of damage. I mean, usually I don't really go for T4s that just boost damage unless it's a significant amount, and this is a significant amount. Overall, you're getting a 150% boost in damage from her basic just by doing the T4 here, because she's going to hit twice with this basic. Very good attack here. I would definitely do this attack because it's just or that T4, just because it's gonna be a lot of damage for her. You can't really go wrong with that. So in terms of what to expect overall with this team, or what to really expect with the Hero Asgardians, they're pretty much built right now to be a war defense team. And later on this week, we'll do a full like T4 ISO breakdown of this team. And I still got to talk about the Valkyrie ISO as well. But, you know, in terms of, actually, you know, let's just deal with the ISO now. So, ISO for Valkyrie, because of her focus is a little bit low, and you don't really get a significant boost in focus from, I don't think you do. I know you get crit chance through Heimdall and Sif. I believe Mighty Thor gives bonus focus here. No, it's bonus resistance to get heal block. I don't think there's any bonus focus anywhere on this team. And so because of that, that is going to be an issue where her focus naturally is pretty low. We were just talking about that. Her focus is about 70th in the game. There it is. 30% boosted focus with Sif. So she is going to get a bit of a decent, or sorry, that's with Heimdall. That is a decent boost in the focus. You know, it is going to bring her up a little bit, but in terms of the fact that, you know, her focus is still going to be a little bit sketchy, even with that 30% boost, and because we're going to be running her with low stars for a while, she's going to be an event campaign character. You're probably not going to get high stars on her for a while. I don't think you can necessarily go wrong with Skirmisher at the very beginning. As we get more power on her, and as we continue to power her up and get more stars and upgrade her tier levels, I think Raider is probably going to be a pretty good option for her, because that ultimate with the chain attacks, the bonus attacks with her basic, and then her Valkyrie's charge as well. You know, there's gonna be some pretty solid multi-hit attacks with her between her basic and her ultimate. She's not gonna do multi-hit attacks with her special, but we've already got some pretty strong strikers on the team. Mighty Thor is a very, very good striker on the team. You're probably running Striker on Thor because of his passive, and that just helps boost his damage even more. He's now got one of the better damage stats in the game with the rework. So Striker on both Thor and Mighty Thor are probably going to be pretty good options. Heimdall looks pretty good for Raider, and like Skirmisher on Sif, you want to get that counter on her, but yeah, I wouldn't really go Striker on Valkyrie. Probably want to build up those Strikers for both Thor and Mighty Thor to really go ham. And so I think Skirmisher is going to be a pretty good option. Raider, if you're feeling pretty good, there is going to be a lot of crit chance with this team, 50% chance, or 50% boosted crit chance between Mighty Thor and Heimdall's passives, or sorry, Valkyrie and Heimdall's passives will give a 50% boost to crit chance overall. So Raider's going to be a pretty good option for Valkyrie. Very good crit chance on the team. A lot of AoE attacks or adjacent attacks or bonus attacks with her. I think Raider's going to be the best option for her once you start gearing her up. But at those lower star levels and gear levels, Skirmisher's probably going to be a bit better. But anyways, what to expect with this team? Pretty much with Valkyrie, it's really going to be a war defense team. And we know it's going to be part of this Horseman team, but the problem is this team loses a lot of power outside of war defense. It is not something I recommend using in, like, I wouldn't really use them on war offense either, because they lose a lot of war defense bonuses too. But yeah, on war offense, they already fall off quite a bit, even though they're a dedicated war team. They still get plenty of war bonuses, but war defense is where they really shine. You don't get that Sif taunt on demand or on the Asgardian falling below 50% health. You don't get that on war offense. You know, it's only on war defense. So they're really regulated to war defense. You could probably get a good return on them for blitz if that's really your thing, but they're not good for raids. We'll see how the other teams fill out for this upcoming Horseman event, whoever it's going to be. We'll see how things pan out, but yeah, right now, my best advice is to just kind of hoard gear on them, get them geared up a little bit, but save a lot of your orange gear if you don't have a lot of it, because there's a lot of mystic drain on this team, and there's quite a bit of skill drain as well. So we'll have to see how things fill out as we get closer to the next Horseman event and who the other teams are going to be. If you guys have questions about Valkyrie and her ISOs or T4's, anything like that, anything about the Hero Asgardian team, make sure to ask down below. If you guys have enjoyed this video or found it helpful, again, make sure to hit that like button, share, and subscribe. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you guys next time.